Good evening. Today is the Saturday. It's 1:05 in the morning, Miami. It's April 27th, 2019. Okay, I've been uploading mm, my few videos and the latest ones and the two previous ones I was kicked out of Facebook temporarily, and I don't know what the reason was. I felt like I stepped on some the wrong toes. I must have said some key words they didn't want me to say, or they're checking on and trying to censor whatever whenever people bring up this uh, keywords or thoughts that they probably have already programmed for to be red flagged by their whatever system they have in place. And so I understand, but I still think that we all have freedom of speech, especially here in this country, in the United States of America. And despite all the bad things people say about this country, is still not as bad as other places. I know there are places that are better, but the bad thing about um, this place is that it's been getting worse. So the people need to go back to however this was before, and as long as that doesn't happen, with I think what helped the society was actually strong Christian faith, but the faith has been corrupted. It's being gradually corrupted, but especially now, people are like uh, believing things that are not in the Bible because they're lazy and they don't, study the scriptures, and so that's where you go because you just being led by man, and that's how people fall away, because including me, because you start placing your faith in the people preaching and not in the Word of God and studying and analyzing it. So and that's why I keep saying that you throw away the baby with the bathwater, because you see that what's wrong with them, but then you get rid of the whole thing, and that's not. You shouldn't do that. You should keep your path, and your beliefs strong, but these people cause you to be disillusioned by religion, and this the Christianity in particular. We have to be really careful because there is deception everywhere. So we have to be focused on the what Jesus taught and the scriptures in general, so that we don't end up just listening to whatever be uh, misguided, you know, um, confused on into other things, because they you could read like there's so many things that there's a lie. It's a world of delusion. It's a there's always somebody trying to take you elsewhere, but then you lose your focus on what's important. And I also was trying to find out some things, and I found some. testimonials on people. You could, if you go to my Facebook, you could see that on my wall that, or my feed, that I've been watching these people, and there's people that came from the dark occultist backgrounds that have their lives transformed. And I don't come from a dark occultist background, and I'm not talking about my conversion, because I remember when I was a kid, that whatever the government or whoever was in charge of the TV channel, so it was a Somoza or whoever, and they had the 700 Club playing, and they used to ask people to pray, and I would pray with them, and I knew they were evangelical, and my grandmother was against evangelicals because they taught him in a Catholic school that going from Catholic to evangelical was like kicking God, like, because he made you the Catholic and then you're supposed to stay there. But that's you know part of the deception also, because they don't want you to go outside of their boundaries. So then you have to understand and reason and use your own common sense on on that. It was probably too late for her to, like, not really too late, because I did talk to her. I did bring my points to her. Maybe she didn't understand 100%, but still, uh, like, they didn't really convert me, because I was a Christian from birth, because a Catholic church is a Christian church. It might have been corrupted along the way and to other things and distractions, like always, and 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 like taking the focus out of Jesus and placing it on saints and the Virgin Mary and this and that, and then we lose the focus on the true the key of salvation. So but I always resonated with that, because I was always a Christian, so. But then you have to really understand what that is if you are going to uh, you know learn more and more. So that's our work. We have to learn more and more. Like I always say, this is a school. And even finding people like Mark Passio that is teaching, is teaching natural law, or the law. He said he was okay with us calling it the laws of God. So that's what I'm calling it. It's the laws of God that we have to follow. And Jesus said he was here to not to destroy the law, but to like reinforce it. It's like he was a lot, as in some instances, more strict than what the law was already teaching, because it's a perfection. If you want to um, comply with God's law, you have to try to be as perfect as you can. So, but God, that's the thing. When He came, He even though He told us that we should uh, follow the law and everything, He still granted us with the salvation of in the understanding of God the Father, that's why He came, because we needed to know the or we needed to be saved. So that's if you study the Bible, This same thing has been taught throughout the Bible, and the sacrifice, that was required, and it finally came, and then we live in the Christian era, and who doesn't see it, I don't know how to, um, make it more clear to you, because this is it's a Christian era, because our souls resonate with that, so if you fight it, then it's like, like when you're a creator, when you do something and you do some work, you start learning and learning and practicing. And a lot of times you do, especially when you're a rookie, you start doing a lot of bad drawings or whatever, you throw it away, you discard it. So that's the thing. When you aren't, when something's not good, that's what God did in the beginning. He started discarding everything, or he started saying, he did this and so it was good. He did this and so it was good. So what happened? You know, um, there was a problem with us. So he's working on us. He worked on us already. You have to understand that God is God. Whatever goes through your head, God already thought about it. Uh, ad infinitum, and you're not smarter than God. You can't outlive God. God is everywhere, and not everywhere, but at every possibility. Like, have you seen The Matrix, the movie where it had all those televisions there when he's talking to the architect, and you have all these possibilities of alternate worlds and all that. That's control of every possibility, and every single time, uh, like past, future, present, everything. It's God. It's like we don't understand. Like, we cannot, like I said the other day, we cannot make what grain of sand. You go to the beach and you pick up one grain, or of sand, and human beings, with all our technology, cannot create that. You know how it sounds simple, right? Yeah, because it's already there, and it's plenty of it, but we can't do it. It's a creation of God. Like I said, we can only play with what's already here, but we cannot create anything. So we're instead of being humble, we're arrogant. Like we're God. We're not God. The devil's not God. We're all creations. God is God. It's the everything, the beginning and the end. Everything that exists, it's God. Call it radiation, electromagnetic spectrum, whatever you want to call it. It's all here, and it's but we are arrogant, and we don't want to give the glory to God. We want to take the glory, like we're so, everything that you thought about, everything that we can create, all the amazing things, the marvels that we can make, the rocket ships, or the cool cars, or the even the everything, the beautiful women, the everything, we all creation. We didn't do anything. to, you know, become that. It's all by a miracle of creation, that God made. So I was following some or watching these videos, like I said, and I asked for some advice, and I got a good cool advice tonight that I guess I'm gonna follow, because I do want to have give my testimony on no, like I said, not on my conversion, because I feel like I've if I became a Christian at some point, I couldn't put my finger on when that was exactly, because it's been gradual. It's like been learning more and more. But I was, like I said, I was born into a Catholic church, so Catholics are Christians. So what, what can I say? I was a Christian. I wasn't a Christian before. No. So that's how the evangelicals come and tell you, oh, you have to accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. It's like they want you to like sign a contract with them, and then when you have to congregate and come to our church and pay the tithing and all that. It's all a cool trick. But matter of fact is that we all have to behave and in a Christian way, in a Christian matter. It doesn't matter if you're what denomination you are. You have to follow the rules. That's why I have that resonance with Mark Passing. He's telling you follow the rules. What he's missing is not telling you about Jesus. And that's a big problem. It's a big problem. I don't uh, resonate with that, because that's like okay. That's like um, maintaining your ego. It's like, nah, I don't need that. That you can take that crap because you're a little guy and you haven't studied as I have, and you're ignorant, and but I'm cool and I study, and I know so much more than you, and you don't know anything. And you stupid little Indian boy, go and believe in that. I know better. But no, it's like I can assure you, Jesus is real. Jesus was a real person. He did die. He did come back from the dead. You know, uh, and and there is a time when we're gonna be there. In front of him, and what are you gonna tell him? When you denied him in this physical realm. And he did all that. And try to rescue us. But if you don't have that uh, humble spirit, that you can't just, tell God, yes, God, I know your plan. Please help me. I'm in trouble here, because we're in trouble. I don't know why, we end up here, but I can tell you we're in trouble if we don't go there, with the Father. And it's like, hey, what are you, an orphan? It's like, go with Daddy, and he's the creator. And if you don't want to be discarded, because you're not found to be good in that way, and that's like the what he says himself, and more past you about the tenets of Satanism. It's like the opposite of Christianity. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today, and that's it for now. And I will be sharing my testimonial soon. So uh, I hope you watch it and understand that I'm not trying to lie to anybody. I'm trying to express my truth. If I was lying, I wouldn't record it, because this is gonna be watched by my um, two sons. That I wouldn't want them to think that I was BSing them, that or that I was um, um, just lying, to people. So I gotta stay honest. If anything, for their sake, and that they understand that I'm speaking from the bottom of my heart and not with ill intention, but with the intention to have at least some people understand on my points, on why we have to stay in the faith of Jesus and the understand the plan of God. So that's all for now, and God bless you. Have a good night.